Horrible dead. Extremely dead, even. Oh, goodness. Lovely. Spring Break Massacre. This is fantastic. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Spring Break Massacre. In the summer of 1987, a group of teenagers went missing near Devil's River, Texas, USA. Their bodies were found 3 days later at a secluded camping spot by the river. The police never found any leads, and the case remains unsolved. I think they ate too much cheese and exploded. 10 years later, a group of film students travelled to the area to make a documentary about the case. They stayed in a local lodge, not far from the place of the murders. They're mindful of their commuting times, but not of the likelihood of being stabbed in the face by a monster. Excellent. This is going to be fun. I can feel it in my bones. What was that sound? That was the sound of an idiot drivelling on about rubbish to try and fill an empty time. My head is splitting. How did I get back to my room? I don't think I drank that much. The guys better not still be drinking. Should I go and check on them? Go and investigate? Or go back to sleep? They'll survive. They'll be fine. Oh goodness, someone slits your throat while you sleep. Gosh. Game over. Fantastic. We haven't been in the game for 2.5 minutes yet, and I've already failed miserably and gotten everyone killed. All because I wanted a snooze. Well, if that doesn't tell you a little something about me, I don't know what will. Okay, this time let's actually be a responsible adult and not get murdered horribly by something in the night. I better go check and see if they're in their rooms. So, this is a demo for a spooky game. What is this? My trusty old flashlight. It will come in handy. Ah, I think it's a backpack. Initially, I thought it was some sort of rabbit. Press 1 to turn on your flashlight. Hold Shift to sprint and and S to sneak. I can't even read today. What the heck? Oh, okay. I can turn myself invisible. I suppose that's something to do on your Saturday afternoons. Anyway, never mind. This is only a demo. Of course it's a demo, because I do not have the money to afford anything else. What was the flashlight button? 1. That was the flashlight button. Right. Yes, I have the money to afford nothing else. So anyway, this game is hopefully going to be fully released early into the next year, he says, butchering every sentence he even tries to say. Jake is not here. They better not be drinking downstairs. So let's go rifling through his stuff like a responsible adult. Let's definitely do that. Well, it doesn't even have anything worth stealing. Goodness, Jake's a dull boy. Anyway, let's go on with life. Hello. It is shockingly dark. What's this? Some books? Anything interesting? No. Oh, come on. There must be some hot, steamy tales that the woodcutter's wife left here. Let's see what they are reading here. Occult magic? This place gives me the creeps. No, nothing else on the other side of the bookcase? Okay, if you insist. Well, they're not here. I don't know where they've gone, though. Can I sit down, bump, have a rest, preferably another kip? That would be nice. The door is locked. I need a key. Okay, I haven't seen anything. We tried to interact with everything, didn't we? Let me go back into Jake's room. Pretty dark outside. Well, it probably would be, given the fact that it's the middle of the night, which is why we ought to be in bed. I don't know why I keep wanting to go back to bed, given the fact that we got murdered last time. I'm not a big fan of getting murdered, if I'm honest. On the table? Oh, goodness. Something freaky is going on at this table. Right, now. Ignoring the ethereal table for the time being and wondering where under the sun the exit is. Ah, this door is open. Right, okay. It's slightly difficult to tell what's a door and what isn't. The door is locked. Of course it is. This is a horror game. An empty bottle of whiskey, I say as I stick my bum in the fire. Okay, what do we have here? A bin? What the heck? Okay, I can also climb up walls. Apparently I'm Spider-Man. Naturally. Trash. You insist. Our pool table. Fantastic. Excellent. I don't know why I said that, given the fact that I'm absolutely monstrously awful at that game. Okay, so there's no one here. I wonder where they've all gone. Have they all gone off to the secret orgy and not told me? So I'm going to be very upset. More rubbish. Good. Glad to see we're such responsible teenagers that always clean up after ourselves. That's lovely. Excellent. And another ethereal piece of furniture. House rules. Please clean your mess. I repeat my previous comment. Not the one about the ethereal bin. Or whatever it is. Goodness, it's dark. Okay, I think this is the only door. The door is locked. Okay, what about this way? That sounds more hopeful. Do you know what? I just completely take back what I said about things being hopeful. Is that blood? Oh, Mike! No. What is going on? I need to get the car keys, find Jake, and get out of here. Well, there's only 3 of you. That's not. Okay. As I said, this is a demo for an incomplete game that's not finished yet. Hence the word incomplete. Thank you for repeating yourself, you stupid man. Okay, who knew that toilets were a portal to another dimension, as our sinks, it would seem. Right, okay, does friend here have any keys on him or anything? Looks like his throat has been cut. Search his pockets. This must be his room key. Ah, excellent. That'll give me access to the other room. You know I might skedaddle. I might not hang around. I might scoop my boot, frankly. Right, okay. Let's get back to Mike's room and sincerely hope that we're not going to discover anything horrible in here. But then again, we're going into the bedroom of a teenage boy. What do you expect? You found the car keys. Excellent. That doesn't actually help me get out of the front door, but that will help me once I've gotten out of the front door. I suppose I could chuck myself out of a window or possibly climb out of the chimney in some sort of reverse Santa Claus roleplay. What could possibly go wrong? Someone is coming up. I need to hide somewhere. I'm gonna go in here. And I'm gonna hide by over here. What button was it? S. I should probably turn my lights off, shouldn't I? Oh, stop, turn the thing off. What? Why can't I turn my light off? I don't know who our good friend is. Possibly he's just the bloke that owns this lodge and he's very sick about all of these Santa Claus roleplay orgies or whatever the hell it was I was witching on about. Am I... Like, is he gone? What do I... Well, this is a predicament and a half, innit? Friend? Would you like to, I don't know, screw off and die? Is that something you're interested in doing, friend? Whoa, it doesn't go that high. Maybe I can jump out of the window. I don't want to break my leg. I don't think I have much of a choice. Good night, Vienna. I think I hear someone. I better be careful and try to sneak around. Press the S button to sneak. Was I not supposed to be doing that this whole time? Oh goodness, there's lots of people. I'm not doing anything, by the way. I'm not moving down. Who are these people? I think we have bigger questions at hand. Looks like we have a runner. Keep an eye out. Cletus? What kind of a name is that? Yes, perhaps. Oh, excellent. We got ourselves some crazy people. Wonderful, wonderful. Truly excellent. I don't know why I'm so insistent on pressing enter on everything. Okay, so these people aren't half as weird as I was expecting these folks to be. I was expecting them to be much weirder. Can I turn the power off? No, but I can climb up buildings. Okay, never mind that. Let me just wait for this to run out. Can we check with this at all? No? Okay. Perhaps I should just get in the car and get the hell out of here. You managed to escape this time. Please don't tell me that's it. Please tell me there's a bit more to it than that. But you left one of your friends behind. Oh, did I? Oh. You don't have to be a hero all the time. Thank you for playing a demo for me again. Okay, I didn't realise there were multiple endings then. So presumably there's a way that I can find Jake? Or Mike? Or whoever the one that wasn't murdered was? Okay. Give us a minute, I'll get back into it and I'll see if I can find Jake. Kid, I already thought the game was over. But never mind, like I said, demo for an incomplete game, early access, all that gubbins, please forgive it, let's get on with life, and I really ought to have saved. Okay, this is where I meant to restart the recording. This is back to the bit where the person comes. I'm going to try hiding in Jake's room this time instead of mine. Am I supposed to just get... Yes, I'm supposed to jump straight out. I'm not supposed to hang around like some sort of a twit. Right. I'm a complete idiot. Okay, so they must know, right? If they know they've got a runner, that must mean they know how many people are meant to be in the house. They know that I'm missing. They know they've killed Mike. They've probably found Jake. Probably got him locked up somewhere in some sort of a dungeon. And I'm supposed to be the one they're still looking for. Okay. Are we on some sort of an island? Is that what the sort of motion effect on the grey stuff here is? Is this water? I can waltz across water. Of course I can, because I'm just that cool. Okay, right, never mind any of that. Maybe it's not meant to be water, I don't know. Well, there's a pier, so that kind of debunks my whole theory, don't it? Okay, let's ignore this this fast-stepping man over here. Let's see if we can figure out where Jake has gone. I would assume he's in that shed. That shed that we passed by, the one with the electrical box on it. I should probably be sprinting, shouldn't I? Oh, I can't sprint anymore. That's lovely. Is there anything down here? Doesn't look like it, no. Okay, so I'd assume he's in the shed. You're not supposed to go in the shed. Get him out and bundle him into the car and drive away. That would probably make sense. Okay, won't get in the car. Assuming it'll just auto get me in when I get there. Can I save? Yes, I can save. Oh, I have items. What items do I have? Flashlight, car keys, room key. Nothing very exciting, but looks like there's potential for a bit more in here. Status. Oh, goodness. This is like a whole proper RPG. Oh, goodness. I'm kind of glad this is a demo. These are the options. I'm supposed to save. That's what I wanted to do. I'm really glad this isn't like a proper RPG because I'm notoriously terrible at them. Can I go inside? Can I go inside? Do I need to wait until this is off? I don't think I... Oh, well, that's kind of ruined my whole theory. Okay, so then where am I supposed to go to find Jake then? Or is the idea that I'm not supposed to find Jake? Is that it? Like, leaving Jake behind is supposed to, like, develop some feeling of regret within me, and then I'm supposed to... Oh, goodness, this is a bit close for comfort. How am I sneaking in this scenario? Oops. Okay, this was somewhat unexpected, but I guess this is the situation that we're dealing with now. So am I supposed to, like, come back and get Jake at a later point in the story? Or, what? I don't know, I'm scared. Okay, have any of these doors magically opened now? The door is locked. Probably don't need the sneaky thing on there, do I? Is it still open? Yeah. Nothing new on you, is there? So much blood! Yes, enough with the Nam flashbacks for 5 minutes if you don't mind, mate. Just that moment of anticipation when you open the door and you have no idea what's on the other side. There could be an axe-wielding, murdering southerner down there, or there could, you know, just be like a kitten on a cushion. Whatever floats your boat. Or your crocodile, or whatever it is that southerners like. I don't know. Dude, seriously, you need to realise about this whole, ethereal business. I don't know what world we're living in, but it's certainly a very ethereal one. Could you shove off? I kinda need to go down there, and you're not making it very easy on me. He's blind as a badger, what am I worrying about? I can still jump out again, I don't see what benefit it has though. Get back through the door and press him into nothing's happening and this man's having a tantrum. Nope. Okay. Everything's fine. I'm not sure what you're about. Everything's absolutely fine. Okay. So, that was an unmitigated failure of a rescue attempt. I have no idea where Jake is or how to save him. And as such, I'm going to abandon him again. Lovely. Okay. I definitely can't go in here though, can I? No. Broom? Have the broom? Have the mop? Whatever it is. Try with the fuse box? No. No, and it just drives off on its own. Okay, well that was cool, but yeah, bit of a shame that we couldn't go and get Jake. That's a bit of a shame. I don't know why. Jake probably wasn't a really nice man, but you know, probably didn't deserve to be horribly murdered by long-haired summoners. Anyway, yes, I know, I have developed a hugely insulting rhetoric about a large group of people that I've never met, all from one word that was uttered that could easily be construed to any other regional group of people. I'm fully aware of that, trust me. Anyway, this is cool, this has a cute art style. Obviously there's some bugs, but what do you expect from an early access demo? But it shows potential. It's sort of setting up a nice sort of story, a nice bit of intrigue, and it's nice in a way to see a bad guy or a group of bad guys that's not just your stereotypical weird murderer who's murdering just because. It seems like there might be a bit of a reason why these folks are murdering. But yeah, this is cool. I look forward to seeing more of this. But at the moment, it doesn't exist. Hopefully it will in a few months' time. But yep, this thing is still happening. Can I get back in the car? Can I press the right buttons even? Can I try and get back in the car? No, I can just clip through the car. Can I just walk? Walk home? No, I can't. Okay, never mind. That's enough of that, I think. Let's go back to the menu. Okay, this is good, but obviously not finished yet, which is a shame. Plus, this is a really cool title image. So anyway, that's Spring Break Massacre. This is hopefully going to be a double-barrel shotgun of RPG Maker horror. Hopefully. I don't know if it's going to work though, because I don't know whether the next game's any good. But if it is in RPG Maker, that means it went well. If it's not, it means it didn't go well. Anyway. This is a point-and-click adventure game. To move your character, you can use keyboards or mouse. To interactive with other characters in game or item, you must use the mouse. Click an object or character you see in the game. Press escape in-game to show menu. Alright, click and enjoy. Hi, fella. It felt like any day. Another useless day, like all those since when. But forget it. It is a long story and could take away space for the story we want to tell now. We told it like any day when the private detective Raul Sarkoza arrived at office in the late afternoon. He didn't have jobs after all. He didn't have from several months by now. He went just for a fast look to some paperwork. When he entered the messy office, he couldn't have imagined the unpleasant and creepy aftermath so bad to rebound in his nightmare from a long, long time. I don't know why, but it seems like every game that starts with a write-up never gives you enough time to read it these days. Whether it's some sort of a warning or something else. Never mind. This is supposed to be a Lovecraftian sort of game. I haven't been working for weeks since the last case. I can't even remember what it was about. Anyway, must stop drinking and must go to bed sooner. My bank account is almost empty. Goodness, you think the man was a student. Something is on my desk. It seems a mail. There's something on your desk with a penis? Oh dear. Maybe the maid left it here. Well, I can imagine why the maid wouldn't want it if it's got a penis. Okay. Okay. Mr. Sarkoza, we need you at Ipswick. Or Ispwick, I suppose. My husband disappeared 3 days ago, and now I'm desperate for what I dread to think. The town is bleak. Strange things happen. I'll tell you everything when you'll be here. If you accept, you'll get immediately £500. Mrs. Barrow, Ispwick, 10th of October, 1980. Is this a bit loud? It seems a bit loud for you. I'm going to turn it down a bit. Hopefully that's a bit better for you. A case, finally. An unusual kidnapping. A no-brainer. I think I would accept. £500 is a lot of money. I have to call immediately. I hope that the phone will work. I don't pay the bill since a lot of time. And a lot of grammatical mistakes. Okay, what's this? Nothing, apparently. It is the thing that kills the sound. That's what it is. Okay. What about the computer? That was inefficient, but never mind. I look if I find something about Ispwick. Nothing. It seems that it is a lost island in the North Sea. It live with fish and vegetables. Not much to start an investigation. It certainly isn't, my grammatically incorrect friend. What are these? I somehow doubt these are some sort of doctoral certificate. Can I have a wash? Maybe I should clean up a bit before I go to the island. Mrs. Barrow looks like a sophisticated lady, because her letter included the picture, didn't it? Anyway, do you want to use the sink? Oh, yes, sorry, I didn't even see that on the right there. I'm not very bright at the minute. All clean? I have a shave as well at the meantime. I mean, I'm on to talk, but, you know, at the same time, like, you know, got to be professional if you want to woo the ladies. Do you want to use the bathroom? You know what? I will survive without it. I mean, there are words involved in this sort of a place that quite effectively describe my channel, but we won't get into such things. What about the clock? Does the clock work? I have not been able to afford batteries either. 1946. Quick, think of a historical event that happened in 1946. Ooh, I can't think of a single one. Darn it. Anyway, the last case I see. Here it is. The case of the disappeared. The case of the disappear of Miss Gate. Mistake, I think you mean. Anyway, the daughter of a lawyer, very wealthy, escaped with a thug that defended her. No, that defended by her daddy. A easy case. If I remember well, the girl was not bad. Sheesh, it's like reading modern song lyrics. I guess she escaped again, this time with a rich playboy. 3 months ago, I had not more cases. That £300 ended early. It's a bit sad. She alright? Oh! the telephono. I shall ring you on the telephono. Or as they say in London, the dog and bono. Anyway. I'm Mr. Sarkoza. Can I speak with Mrs. Barrow? Mr. Sarkoza. I'm Elizabeth Barrow. Don't mind my immensely croaky voice. Do you got my letter? Crying out loud. Do you got my letter? I hope so, because there's no way on earth I'm actually going to be able to explain anything to you, because my grammar's even worse in real life than it is on paper. Yes, I read it just a few minutes ago. I am going to accept the case. I was hoping you would accept, Mr. Sarkoza. The situation is desperate, and nobody here in this cursed island looks alarmed, aside from me. I have to know something about Ispwick before my start. I don't know, you tell me, you're the private eye. You get used to bad weather, fog, and people rather weird, and it sounds a lot like England if I'm honest. Well, Mrs. Barrow, I might arrive tomorrow evening if the sea is not rough. Oh, don't worry, I'll sand it down beforehand if that helps. Mr. Sarkoza, warn me when you are about to arrive in port. Warn me, because you're so smelly, I'm going to need to put sort of a peg on my nose beforehand. So just give me, like, fair warning before you turn up. And Mr. Sarkoza, in a few minutes, you will get the money in your bank account. Right. I didn't think I was going to get on top of it. Of course, it is only the anticipe. See you tomorrow. Okay. So do I go to bed, or do I head straight out? Do I not even rest? No? Okay, I would assume then that I'm leaving. I'm not even going to have a snack. I would presume that I'm just going to trot off. Better leave immediately. The island looks very far away. Goodness, that's loud. That's very loud water indeed. Hopefully that's... No, it should be fun, it should be fun. Here I am at Ispwick, after an awful trip. I hope that the food here will be better than that served on the boat. Blech. It looks an inhospitable place. There is that guy that is staring the water in a creepy mood. Because people that just stand around and stare at random things in the street aren't creepy? Anyway. Hello, are you a local? I just arrived. Because obviously if I... Never mind. Never even mind. My name is Sarkoza. I would need of some indications on how to speak, but never mind. You asked me if I live here? Yes, I am the bloke that repeats people's questions for them. Do you have questions you need repeating? Then you need me. Unfortunately, I live my illusion of life in the more desolate place where you can live about the life illusion. Are we on an island in the North Sea or on Reddit? Anyway. Yes, I'm highly befuddled. Allow me to just walk away from this man for 5 minutes to have a few quick mental thoughts, and then I'll get back to the conversation. Mrs. Barrow warned me about the weird people that I could meet, but this guy is over my expectations. Let's see if I can get something out of it. Okay, is that the politically correct term at the moment? Anyway. I agree. That being said, can you give me some informations? I guess I might, or maybe no. It depends on the things you want to know. So now you've turned from somebody on Reddit to some sort of riddle-spewing goblin. Can I know first who you are? Of course, my parents found tasteful calling me Ryan. Most of us just say, hi, my name is Ryan. But never mind, whatever floats your boat. And on this island, I think a floating boat would be useful, because it would allow me to get the heck out of here. Though to be honest with you, a sunk boat would do as well, because then I'd drown and I wouldn't have to put up with this any longer. Anyway, whatever that might mean to give a name to an assembly of thinking cells, and we're back on Reddit again. It's not too bad, Ryan. I know persons with weird names. I think they are... I think they are fathers and mothers. They're outside quite sadics on to give them sons absurd Are you having as much difficulty with this as I am? Because I'm having a lot of difficulty. Let me translate from gobbledygook back to English. Celebrities are stupid and name their children stupid things to get free headlines because they're not talented enough to make proper headlines. Anyway, you have a good snooze. These are my questions. Where can I sleep? There's not a question you want to ask a man on the docks. Do you know a Mrs. Barrow? It happens something wrong or strange here. I think what's happening strange is my ability to think. The only inn of Ispwick is a few steps from here. You can't go wrong. It is a dark grey building. Do you know Mrs. Barrow? In fact, not much. The Barrows are very intimates. Is that what you call prisoners who snog a lot, maybe? I don't know. They always are closed in that big mansion in the centre of the island. Rarely you see them at the harbour. People say sometimes the lady loves to walk along the northwest coast, near to Lighthouse. Happens something strange here? Apparently not. It looks like a boring place. But in the past, many strange things happened. If you want to know more, you can ask Mrs. Boswell. She manages the local library since her husband ran away from Ireland with a young and attractive tourist. Previously, she taught history and literature. To be honest, I don't think that he ran away because of extramarital affairs. I think he ran away because he finally met somebody who could speak properly and didn't make his brains start to bleed out of his ears. Anyway, also, I should preface something before people jump down my throat. Yes, I'm making a joke of the English. Obviously, this has been made and written by somebody whose English is not their first language. That's absolutely fine. That's no problem. Calm down. It's a joke for comedics. Shtum. Anyway, the library is rich in historical documents. Mrs. Boswell is very competent. A building of red bricks. You can't go far. Couldn't see what I'm looking up at this point. Alright, an R. If have time, can you doing me a favour? Speech does very much remind me of somebody from another game, but I can't remember who. There is a book in the library that can give me comfort. The author is the Professor Hills. I don't remember the title, but it tells about the melancholy and how to wallow in it until death. Yeah, it sounds like the sorrows of young Werner, if you ask me, or Werther, if you ask me. If you find it, could you bring it to me? I suppose I haven't got anything else to do in the afternoon. I would be very grateful. In exchange, I could offer you my especially shrimp soup. I'm not convinced I want your special shrimp special shrimp soup. Special shrimp soup is what I'm trying to say, and failing miserably too. Thanks, although I would prefer some information about the place. You know, it is for some researches on interests, historical, that I am doing. Alright, now if you don't mind, I greet you and come back to staring the abyss. Good evening and good stay at Ispwick. Okay, right, which was the library? Am I supposed to go to the library first? Is this the library? Red brick? No, it seems that this is closed. Okay, what's this, newspaper? Mr. Barrow kidnapped? Hang on a minute, that's clearly exactly the same person with the darker skin tone and different coloured eyes. Okay, I think I figured out the twist ending to this. It's to do with twins. Anyway, the local newspaper made only 2 pages. The second page reports only announces. In the wrong accent, that could be pronounced very, very badly, but never mind. We won't even go there. There is the news of disappearing of Mr. Barrow. Oh. Ispwick, 6th of October 1980. Mr. Barrow kidnapped. The curse that is above on the island, it seems to hit again. The well-known Barrow, proprietary of the biggest arms of fisher boats in the island, disappeared mysteriously yesterday night. A sad Mrs. Barrow gives us the news. To investigate about the event was called at a London's policeman. If there are develops, we will keep updated. Whole editorial staff, something, tightens around Mrs. Barrow, something or other. Goodness, I probably should have read that a little bit more carefully. Okay, can I get back on the boat at all? No? Okay, I suppose then I should trot off and find Mrs. Barrow. Yeah, this doesn't seem very pleasant, does it? This is all sort of smashed up. In fact, this is all smashed up. Goodness. Is there anything here other than a high chance of being mugged? Anything out here? I really don't feel like I should be here. I'm a stranger. I'm an innocent. I don't know what's going on. Is this a piece of paper I can have? No. Can I go in this house? No. I'm a bit scared. Right, okay. Thank you. Right, can I go this way? Better go back to the inn. I don't know the island, and now it's very dark. Okay, admittedly that is a kind of thing. Okay, let me go have a snooze and a sausage roll, and then we'll get on with it. The only inn of the place. I hope that the rooms are clean. By the smell I sniff, the food doesn't have to be a much. Goodness. This is wonderful. This is like reading the instructions on the hi friend, on some piece of cheap tech you buy from many miles away. A very creepy picture. Who could have painted it? Maybe the innkeeper could tell me. I honestly don't know, but they could certainly learn to cheer up a bit. Right. Hi, friend. I probably shouldn't just waltz behind your desk, should I? I should probably approach you from never mind. Hi, do you have free rooms? No, they all cost money, because this is a capitalist economy, not a Star Trek utopia, you stupid person. Anyway, the rooms are almost all empty during this time. You should be Mr. Sarkoza. If you're not, please go away, go to deed poll, get your name changed, and then come back. This morning, Mrs. Barrow asked me to book a room for you. Very kind from you. Could you warn Mrs. Barrow that I have arrived? As you can tell from standing next to me, and your nose is currently shriveling up, I am very stinky, and she should definitely get some form of warning. Anyway, although judging from my face, maybe it's just anger she needs to be warned about. No matter, I call her now. Yeah, good thing you're not going to write her an email, because you don't seem to have any eyes. Meanwhile, he can rest a bit in your room. And if you need, there is great shrimp soup. Oh, I've heard many things about the great shrimp soup. The shrimp soup should be the special dish of the island. No thanks, I already threw up. I wanted to say that I already had dinner on the boat. I saw a picture when I entered, a peculiar subject. It is the work of a local painter, disappeared some years ago in unknown causes. It seems that he was mad, and I'm not surprised, given the subjects he painted. Interesting, where can I find others his works? The island is littered with his works. The painter named Pinker was related with the Barrow. Maybe Mrs. Barrow can tell you of him. Okay. I still feel slightly creeped out. Everyone's being perfectly friendly, but at the same time I still feel marginally creeped out by all of this. These menus, I read these. Dish of the day, shrimp soup. I get the impression that that is the dish of every day. Can I sit down? Romantic meal for one, please? Because that's not a depressing thing to walk into a restaurant and ask for, is it? Another painting? No? Can I go in here? No. Okay. Can I have some shrimps? Can I have some shrimps? I don't know if I've ever actually had shrimps or not. Are shrimps the same thing as prawns? I get the impression they're slightly different. Anyway, let's have a snooze. Picture? He says, immediately not going to have a snooze. A landscape of the ancient town of Ispwick. What a creepy place. Surely you'd know if it looks creepy because you would have. You've already seen the town of Ispwick because we literally are already here. Hang on a minute. We can't. Before go to bed, I have to speak with Mrs. Barrow. But she's not here. The bloke literally said. Literally said that we should wait in the room for Mrs. Barrow. But never mind. Okay. You changed idea about the shrimp soup? No, I just wanted to know if you spoke with Mrs. Barrow. I warned her a few minutes ago. Her butler is going to come and take you and then lead you to the villa. Let's not misinterpret that sentence. Good, I will wait for in my room. Then I have to think some questions. I suppose you should pace in the meantime. That seems like a good idea. That always helps me think. So presumably I'm not supposed to go to bed now. Yes, okay. Do we just leave? How am I going? You could just wait, you know. You could just wait for more than 3 seconds. But never mind. Excuse me, the butler of Mrs. Barrow already arrived. Sure, Mr. Sarkoza. Mr. Wilking is waiting for you out here to lead them to the villa. My pronoun has changed about 4 times so far. This is very confusing. Thanks. He went in early. I go now. See you later. Hi. You don't quite match the expectations of an alpha that I had, but never mind. You must be Mr. Sarkoza. Mrs. Barrow has instructed me to take him to the mansion right away. All right, I'm curious to know the case's details. Here we are, the Barrow mansion. You can reach by yourself the entrance door. You will find Mrs. Barrow to welcome you. I must come to Ispwick for some things, even though you could have got them before you got me. But never mind, who cares about efficiency? Good night, Mr. Sarkoza. Okay, I can't go down. Can I run around the gardens a bit? Is there anything exciting in the gardens? Mansion's quite large, though. Oh no, actually, I take that back. It's not very large at all, actually. It's a very, very thin house. Reminds me a lot of a Toblerone, which is always a good thing. I've just walked into a tree. That's less of a good thing. Oh goodness, it took me so long that the sun rose. Oops. I'm going to be fired for being late. Finally, Mr. Sarkozy, I'm very glad to meet you. Yes, I'm sorry, I just had to take a quick lap around your mansion because of my horrible, horrible pot belly. I needed to do some exercise before I got to work. Anyway, how are you? I hope the trip was not too unpleasant. The sea is always awful around the island. I have made more pleasant trips. I hope to arrive early in the afternoon so I can get to work right away. You will have all the time you need to find my husband, Mr. Sarkozy. I don't care how much money I must spend when it is about my dearest loved one. Of course, I see. Don't you mind walking around my house? I can't sit while my husband is locked up somewhere, or even worse. That's because you can't stand and sit at the same time. Those are mutually exclusive categories. You can't do both. Never mind. Never mind. Northerners, eh? Alright. I mean, I'm not sorry, but at the same time, sorry. Anyway, the East Wing is closed for years now. It falls apart and we haven't enough money at the moment to fix it. What happened to being able to spend as much money as you like? Honestly. Inconsistency. Moreover, in the East Wing we have rooms in excess. You know, we haven't children. We have only me and my husband and, of course, our dear Wilkins. On this side, Mr. Sarkozy, I have a funny feeling about this. That picture, it is somewhat familiar. I saw one very similar at the inn. It is a work of my cousin, Harold Pinker, a very skilled painter. He disappeared almost 10 years ago without leaving a trace. Hi. I think I know where he's been. I think he's been to Lake Mead is where he's been, I think, and I think he spent a bit too long there. They thought he was crazy. He painted that he saw in dreaming. A terrific painter, but there is something of strange in his painting. I don't understand what it is exactly. I will speak of him after, if you want. Now, I would speak about the vanishing of my husband. I will lead you in the side of the house where I saw him last. Okay, that seems like a wise idea. Don't you mind to tell me what's happening? I can't say much more of that I told you, unfortunately. We are lost in the dark. For this I called you. Oh, I see, you just want me to turn the lights on. Right, okay. I didn't think you needed the private eye to do that, but never mind. It looks to have a lot of faith in me, much more than me. Okay, now her pronoun has changed as well. And again, I must not disappoint her. I have to resolve the case. She's really a fascinating woman. I sense something else beginning to develop. Some strange happening in the previous days? Her husband looked weird, either worried. Yes, he looked worried for something. He stayed many hours closed in his studio at the upstairs. He came down only for dinner. Sounds like me sometimes. Sometimes he had dinner brought into his room. I thought he was only occupied by his studies. What was he studying? I don't know. He didn't want to speak to me. Sometimes he seemed scared. One time I surprised him when he stared angsty at one picture of my cousin Pinker. Goodness, this is Jackson. Here we go. Please enter here. That sounds like the most polite directions for some sort of sexual instruction I've ever heard in my life. Anyway, he was sit here. He had a dream while he stared into the fire. He was thoughtful as ever, but at least he was not closed into his studio. Do you remember the exact hour at which he disappeared? I withdrew at 9 hour as usual. I passed to greet him before going up. Later I got off at the 11th because I heard a noise. Really? Most people tend to respond more to visual stimuli than to auditory stimuli. What noise? Something heavy falls. I don't know. Anyway, I got off. Yes, you told us that previously, and I made an awful joke about it. And he there was not. The fireplace was lit yet. The book lay on the floor. What did you do then? Naturally, I searched my husband in all house, but it had evaporated. What, the house, your husband, or just the solidity of pronouns? Anyway, the dear Wilkins helped me, but nothing. We have found no sign. Why didn't you warn the police? There is not police on the island. I asked help to the Interpol. They sent from London a guy with experience that he did not accomplish anything. I could be wrong, but isn't Interpol the international police force? And if you're on an island in the North Sea, you're almost undoubtedly falling under British protection. So why precisely would you need Interpol? You could have just asked the normal English police to help. But never mind, if it makes you happy. Oh, sheesh, I think I offended her. He told me that he will let me know, but he was never seen again. Was there any research? They was looking for in all island without found anything. Couldn't he have left the island? Not. This is excluding. There is only one boat that does the service. They would saw him. Yes, they would saw him because he could speak properly, and it was very important they sawed his legs off to make sure that he stopped doing that because he's very naughty. At the harbour, they confirmed that no boat left the... No boot, my mistake. They confirmed that no boot left the island that hour. Do you have other informations? I would like to know more of that I told you, believe me. I am desperate, Mr. Sarkozy. Yes, I'm desperate for a sentence that's correct as well. I hope you will be able to understand something, kid. I'm having a terrible time understanding anything. Alright, I see. I don't want to make you everything heavier, which is why I'm taking these cakes away. Goodbye. I have still a few questions, and then I will leave you. Sure, you can tell me. Do you have your permission to walk freely around the mansion? Because now people need their own permission to do things in their own private properties, but if it makes you happy, sure. Of course, you can go anywhere you want and to touch anything except my boobs. And you don't hesitate to call me when you have doubts. Naturally, I will keep you informed of my progress. If I have more questions to ask you, I don't hesitate to contact you. Well, I wish you a good night, Mr. Sarkozy. Thank you for... Thanks for to be come here on this island. Goodness. Just dedicated to the job. Good night, Mrs. Barrow. My brain. Sleepy time? No, I suppose we're going now. What? Where to go? I need to sleep. I tried to make you sleep and you weren't interested. I am really sleepy. Tomorrow I expect a tough day of investigation. This is a demo version of Chronicle of Ispwick, an old-style adventure game inspired by Adventure Games' Old Gen and Lovecraft tales. The complete release will be published soon. Goodness. Well, it's very good. It's actually, for all of the fun that I've been making of it, which is entirely based purely off the language. Yes, it's all right. I know that's the end. I got the impression. Yeah, for all of the silliness that I made, can we go back to the main menu, please? That was slightly cooler screen. There we go. Yes, for all of the silliness that I put onto the game, it's actually very good. The art style is very nice. It's very well made in the sense that, like, technically it works perfectly well, which I'm never quite sure why, but RPG Maker tends to be a little bit less reliable sometimes. Sometimes it's fine, and sometimes it seems extremely broken. Not that Unity is any different, but regardless. But it sets up a nice story. It has a nice environment, and it very much does remind me of the writings of Lovecraft. I haven't read all of his works, but I've read a fair few, and it certainly does remind me a good bit of that. So it sets it up very, very nicely. Obviously, there are problems with the language barrier, but with the exception of that, this is honestly really good, and I look forward to seeing where the rest of this goes. So this could be lots of fun, but it's not finished yet. But anyway, that has been a double barrel shotgun of RPG Maker of quite good games, but yeah, we're just going to have to wait a bit longer before we can actually play them. So thank you very much for joining me for this double barrel shotgun of RPG Maker. Hope you enjoyed it, look after each other, and good night.